It's funny. I just finished episode 11 of Tokyo Ghoul. I wasn't that surprised when the author of Kaneki's books ended up becoming a ghoul or was a ghoul, or the fact that she was the daughter of Yoshimura. I mean, I wasn't too shocked about it. That's what I mean. Not because I read it. The only thing I've ever assumed was that she was a ghoul. I was thinking she was a ghoul, but that I did not thought about. I did not thought about that she was the daughter of Yoshimura. Oddly enough, the only emotion I have ever shown in this whole anime, counting season 1, was whenever a particular OST played in the background. And two times in this show have I ever felt tears welling up in my eyes. It was almost like I was asleep all of second season. The first season, it was very interesting learning about the world of Tokyo Ghoul. It was fascinating. It was a learning experience going through season 1, going through everybody's tragedies, going through everyone's struggles. Particularly, we get to see the focus on Kaneki. In season 2, it was a much more different approach. We have a lot of people, a lot of experiences mixed up, a lot of traumas, a lot of peaceful moments, a lot of quiet moments, a lot of sad moments. But the one scene, there's only two scenes in this anime that have made me well up my tears. It was almost like I was asleep the rest of the season. I was I was I felt like the whole time I wasn't, but it felt like I was just acting. Acting in the sense that I acted like I cared. I acted like I cared about the characters. I acted like I cared about their stories. I acted like I care about their emotions or what they're going through. And even the moments, as I've said in a previous episode, right, where I showed anger for the death of Yoshimura. But I haven't felt such a raw emotion more so than whenever that fucking OST played in the background. And I've heard it rarely. The most I've ever heard it was in these two scenes that I remember. The first one was in episode 2, if I'm not mistaken. And now it's here being used with Amon versus Kaneki. I realized at that very moment the lives, the emotions, the experiences of everyone, every single character in this show did not matter to me. What mattered to me was the symbol of humanity and ghouls. And in that, two symbols were there, fighting against each other, in the form of Kaneki and Amon. And depending on how that went, I didn't know how I would react. I will be honest. I don't know how I will react. But I knew Kaneki would never die. He's the main character, of course. You know who I rooted for in that whole fight? Amon. But the moment Kaneki took off his mask and asked for his name, and then the music started kicking in, I think at that very moment I looked past everything. I looked past every single person in the show, every single experience, every single tragedy, every single sadness, happiness, peaceful, quiet moment in the show. I looked past everything. At that very moment, all I saw was humanity and ghouls talking to each other. And that OST. That OST. That was the one moment tears started welling in my eyes. Because in a way, I did end up getting attached to Amon, but something about that scene was moving. Something about Kaneki taking off his mask and asking for Amon's name moved something within me. Really unfortunate, it lasted only for a few moments. But if I could see that scene again and experience it all over again, I would. I didn't care about everything that's happened in this show. I only cared about that one moment because this whole time I realized what I was trying to find. I was trying to find an answer to that question. Can humanity and ghouls even coexist? And for a moment, a bit of hope was given to me. It absolutely was. But then I realized life isn't sweet. So we'll never get that. Maybe we'll get it in the future. But I hope that it was from Amon and Kaneki. Really is just unfortunate. It really is just unfortunate. That's where his life ends. You know, I wanted to see more of Amon and Akira. But I guess the author had different plans. I am done with this world. I am absolutely done with this world. I'm tired. I'm drained. I'm tired of talking.